How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We finally have some footage of Stina Nilsson doing real biathlon. Not just training, not just time trial, but an actual biathlon race. Yes, the girl who is giving the Norwegian cross-country skiers a run for their money. She decided to do biathlon this year. It's kind of a risky move in my opinion, but she finally has competed in a race and we have footage of that race. So let's jump right in and let's see how she did. Let's see, do you think she's gonna make the World Cup this year for Team Sweden? They're a pretty strong team. I don't know, let's take a look. So right off the bat, I mean, she's got a nice rifle. It's a Sensen rifle, pretty nice stock. She looks like a biathlete. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how she does. And here we go. Nice. Well, the first thing I notice, I mean, most people are probably looking at her ski technique. The first thing I notice is her her snow cover. The spring fell off, so it's just flapping back and forth. I've noticed a few of the Swedish team members have had that, but you know, maybe it's strategy, maybe she broke it and she just hasn't fixed it. I don't know, but while you guys are all probably watching her skiing, that's the first thing I noticed. I don't know. All right, let's jump ahead to the first shooting. Let's see how it looks. Not too much range procedure here, but maybe we'll see it another time. Not too much wind here, so she should have clean shooting. A little foggy, obviously, but starts off with the first miss. One thing I noticed is it looks like she's over-holding a little bit. She's exhaling, and then she's really holding the rifle right there on the target. You know, probably would want to see a little bit quicker, you know, exhale and then a shot, but it looks pretty good. A little reset here. Yeah, takes a few breaths because she was over-holding. Okay, she has pretty good follow-through. I do like it. Didn't get to see much of her range procedure, but I mean, 2 misses on a foggy day like this. Probably would like to see it be clean, but you know, not too bad in my opinion. It's kind of too bad that she started so early at the front of the field, because all the favorites like Hanna Oberg or even Elvira Oberg, they all started towards the back of the pack, so it would have been really great to see Stina really head-to-head with those guys, even if they weren't, you know, even though it's 30-second intervals. It would have been great to see if, you know, maybe they could have caught each other on the track, see who's skiing faster. All right, here she comes in for shooting number 2. This is just a sprint race, so just prone standing. That wasn't too bad, you know, got the rifle off, got in position, did all the magazines and everything. She's taking an extra second here to set up. You can tell she has a little bit of jerky movements with her shoulders and arms, just trying to get settled, but yeah, looked good. A little funky bolting there. I love these angles because it gives you such a better representation of what's actually going on. So she had a weird misfire. Oof, this was kind of ugly. She looked a little frantic in this spare round reload. Would have liked to see the rifle stay a little bit more pointed down range. She kind of pointed it way off to the side and then brought it back up on the target. And just, she looked kind of frantic trying to find that spare round, but hey, 1 miss standing, that's 70% in a 2-stage race. That's okay. With her ski speed, you'd think she'd be competitive. Let's see where she ends up. Like I said, all the favorites are starting at the back of the pack, and yeah, hopefully she can be competitive with them. All right, so here's the results. Hanna Oberg, crushing, clean shooting, fast skiing. There's Stina, 11th place, 3 misses, and she was 1:48 back, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you'd expect. She beat Lynn Pearson and Anna Magnusson, both favorites on the Swedish World Cup and IBU Cup team. So, you know, quite frankly, being as fast as she was, I'm kind of surprised that even with 70% shooting, she wasn't still in the top 10. But I mean, that also just goes to show you how fast the World Cup biathletes are. All right, let's jump ahead to race number 2. This one's a short individual, so obviously 45-second penalties per miss. She's not gonna be able to ski her way out of that one, so this is where the shooting's really gonna affect her race. So let's see if she can do a little bit better in today's race. But again, starting bib number 4, all the favorites, all the big names are starting at the end of the pack, so it's gonna be tough to really compare, you know, how she's doing to the other athletes, but there's always the results. You know, we can always look at the results. All right, coming into shooting 1. Remember, individual, prone, standing, prone, standing. Conditions look pretty similar to yesterday or the day before. Pretty gray, not too much wind, but good range procedure here. Takes it off, grabs the rifle. Can't really find the left hand stop. Yeah, not too much wind today. She should be able to hit this target. Again, didn't see too much of her procedure. I don't know, in my opinion, seems like there's a lot of handling of the rifle, but she's obviously getting into position and doing what she needs to do. Miss there, not gonna help. Okay, so she did a little better on that one with her breathing. She was exhaling and taking the shot a little bit quicker, but on that last one you can tell she held longer than she did on the first 4 shots, and it was a miss. So I wonder if it's a little bit of trigger anxiety. She still has that mentality of, oh, I really want to take a good shot. I don't want to miss the target. And in doing so, she's actually tensing up a little bit, whether it's conscious or subconscious. She's tensing up a little bit, and it's making her take poor shots. So 2 misses on her first prone. Hopefully she can do a little better. We'll jump ahead to the next shooting to see. All right, here we go. Standing number 1. I don't know. To me, it just looks like everything she's doing is just unnatural. Like she has to remind herself how to do everything. But, it'll come with time. It'll come with time. Her position looks pretty good. Looks pretty solid. Obviously, we don't have a full view of her body, but miss there. Goes to the same target that she just missed. Wow, I knew that was going to be a miss right off the bat. There was so much barrel movement, and obviously it's kind of gray and overcast, so it's hard to tell what the wind looks like. We didn't get a view of the wind flags on that one, but seemed like, again, she was really forcing good shots. Didn't seem like it was just natural, take the rifle off, look through the sights, and pull the trigger and it goes down. Really looked like she was trying to force a really good shot. Let's take a look next time, see if we can get a good view of her trigger finger to see if she's jerking the trigger at all. All right, here she comes in for her second prone. You can see her in the background there, in the green suit. Okay, missed the rifle on that on that one. Kind of had it hanging out there, pointing towards the volunteers for a second, but. Okay, so she took some clicks. That's a pretty confident move. Tells me that she understands the wind. She's probably a pretty smart athlete. I mean, she's been at the skiing stuff for quite a while. Really interesting with her left hand up against the hand stop. She has her fingers really flared out like that. Okay, 3 misses, then takes some more clicks. Now her fingers are a little bit more relaxed than they were in the first time. 4. Okay, so she gets the last one. Little fumble of the rifle there. Didn't see any emotion from her. That's good. Biathlete's got to be pretty even keeled. You got to forget that one and move right on. But yeah, 4 misses is not going to help in this race. I'd be really interested to see if they were taking split times, because at this point it's really just going to come down to ski speed. There's no way she's going to be able to win this race with that many misses. So hopefully I'll do some digging, see if we can see some results and ski times to maybe compare, see how she's doing against the other competitors on ski speed. All right, so then finally for her last shooting, standing. Looks like the wind's picked up a little bit. You can see her bib is flapping in the wind a little bit. Her trigger squeeze looks pretty good. That's, in my opinion, the thing that I thought was going to be the hardest to learn, but it looks pretty good. Little fumble of the rifle there again. Maybe do some more one-shot range procedure dry fires, but trigger looked pretty good. That's not bad, you know. I mean, 3, 4, 1, 2. I mean, that's that's not really good shooting by any means. But I don't think anybody thought that Stina Nilsson was just going to show up and be the greatest shooter in the world. So, in terms of only doing this one summer's worth and then jumping into her very first race ever, or her second race, I guess. Being an individual race, that's kind of tough for her because I think she's gonna be more of like a Denise Herrmann type, where she's just gonna try to ski into everyone and take her advantage that way. But I think overall there's a lot of good things here. She has really good trigger squeeze. She looks pretty comfortable in her position. I still wonder if she's really relaxed with that front hand, because as you saw, her fingers are really really engaged when she was in that position. I'd like to see her front hand a little more relaxed in the prone position. Her breathing, again, I think she has a tad bit of trigger anxiety. It looks like she's exhaling and then trying to force a good shot. That might work in practice during slow fire, but if you are trying to do that in a race, what will end up happening is you might either start to get this little shake in the front arm, or your brain will start to go into oxygen depletion, and it'll be like, come on, take the shot, and you might take a bad shot when you didn't mean to. Well, fumbling around with the rifle a little bit in the range procedure, but I mean, she's only been doing it for a year. I think if she really focused on doing some more one-shot dry fire stuff, she could really get that range procedure down, and she could take off a few seconds just in handling of the rifle. But overall, Stina Nilsson's a biathlete now. She looks like a biathlete. She has a rifle. Let's see if we can find some results for her, because I think they don't end up showing her results on this race, because I do think she ended up towards the back of the pack with all her misses. But let's see if we can find some results. So here we got the results. Stina actually ended up in 27th, which unfortunately is not anywhere close to where she wants to be. Obviously, we knew she wasn't going to do that great with 50% shooting in that race, but the more interesting thing here actually with these results is it does have the athlete's time, not including the 45-second penalties for the misses. And when you take a look at Nilsson's time, 37:53 is what it took her to do the entire event. And comparing that to Hanna Oberg, who won the race, 37:49. So right there, Oberg's already skiing faster than her, and I guess completing the race faster than her. This does include shooting and range procedure and stuff like that. We already know that Nilsson can probably lose a couple seconds in the range just by being more efficient with her handling of the rifle. But look at here in second place, Elvira Oberg. Like, she's even going faster than Hanna and Nilsson. And so, as you can tell, she's not head and shoulders above the rest, as we kind of expected she would be. Even with the poor range procedure, you might expect her to take like 5-10 seconds off, because I mean, what she was doing in the race, they were pretty good range procedure. I mean, there wasn't anything glaring that was really taking a lot of time. So you really thought that she'd be making her moves on the ski trail, on the skis, and she's obviously not. So this is not a good sign for Nilsson. We all expected her to come into biathlon being like a Denise Herrmann type, who really just hammers into the other athletes on the ski trail. And over time, we kind of expected her to pick up the shooting a little bit. But based on these results, it's not looking good. Obviously, it's hard to judge someone based on 2 races, but she has a long way to go. She definitely has a long way to go. And it's really interesting that she's actually even making the switch. I mean, when you look at the FIS rankings from last year, she was ranked 8th in the sprint list after the end of the season. And I mean, that's real prize money from FIS, prize money from sponsors. I'm sure the Swedish Federation is probably paying her some money for these results. So she was making a good living being a cross-country skier, and now she's putting it all on the line to be a biathlete. And just based on these first 2 races, she might not even make the IBU Cup this season. So this is a really interesting move for Nilsson, and I really hope it works out for her. We want to see more Stina Nilsson out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm trying to come out with more biathlon content. But until next time, We'll see you.